Procrastination is the silent killer of your dreams. You know you need to start, but instead you scroll, distracting yourself, finding the most random ways to delay what matters most. 1 minute you're checking on your phone, the next you're reorganizing your desk for the third time this week. Here's the truth nobody tells you. You don't have a productivity problem, you have an identity problem. And if you don't fix it, you will spend years thinking you're lazy when you're not. I used to think that I was unmotivated. I would open my laptop, get ready to start to work on that business idea, and somehow I would end up in a YouTube rabbit hole watching top 10 most dangerous animals you didn't know existed. Hours gone. Deadlines passed, and guess what? Opportunities missed. And every time I broke a promise to myself, my self-belief took another hit. I told myself I would make up for it tomorrow, but tomorrow became next week, and next week became never. But one day, something shifted. Not because I found a magical productivity app, but because I learned to think differently about who I was. That shift, which I will share with you in this video, made starting feel automatic. And once you master it, procrastination won't just be less of a problem, it will stop being part of who you are. So let's get something straight. Procrastination isn't about laziness, it's about avoiding discomfort. Here is what actually happens. First, you think about doing the task. Your brain predicts it will be uncomfortable, maybe boring or stressful, or maybe you might fail. The prediction triggers a mini stress response, and your brain, which is wired to keep you safe and happy in the short term, whispers, let's just do something easier right now. That's why you suddenly decide to quickly check Instagram or grab a snack or start cleaning your room. You get a quick hit of dopamine from easier activities, and your brain learns avoidance feels good. This is how the procrastination loop gets hard fast. Think about something you've been putting off for a while, a project, a conversation, a personal goal. Hold it in your mind. We're going to work with it. Here is where most people get stuck. The myths. Myth number one is I just need more willpower. Willpower is like a phone battery. It drains as the day goes on. If you rely on it, you will always lose every evening. Myth number two is I work under pressure. You work faster under pressure, but the stress kills creativity and quality, and it's exhausting. Myth number three is I will start when I feel ready. Readiness is a feeling that only comes after you start. Waiting to be ready is like waiting to get fit before going to the gym. So, what actually works? You don't fight procrastination head on, you change your identity. If you see yourself as a procrastinator, your brain will act in ways that match that identity. But if you see yourself as a starter, someone who takes action quickly, your brain looks for ways to match that. Here's the identity shift method. 3 steps to rewire who you are. Step number one is to catch the delay thought. Become aware of the moment you think, I will do it later. That is the danger zone. Step two is to shrink the first step. Make it too small, it feels almost silly not to start. Want to study? Just open the book. Want to work out? Just put on your shoes. Or want to send that email? Just write the subject line. Step number three is to vote for your new identity. Every small action is a vote for the kind of person you want to be. Each time you start, even for a minute, you reinforce, I'm someone who gets things done. And here is the bonus tactic I swear by, the 2-minute momentum rule. Tell yourself, I only have to do this for 2 minutes. That's it. Now, why it works? Because starting is the hardest part. Once you start, momentum almost always takes over. Examples: write one sentence, suddenly you've written a paragraph. Wash one dish, suddenly the whole sink is empty. Read one paragraph, suddenly you're halfway through the chapter. Still feel resistance? Use the 5-second interrupt. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and physically move toward the task because your brain talks you out of it. It works because you bypass overthinking and trigger action before fear catches up. Now, let's go deeper. Procrastination often hides under the surface as fear. fear of failing, fear of not being good enough, fear of wasted effort. Your brain thinks, if I don't start, I can't fail. The irony, not starting is the only guaranteed failure. When I finally understood that, I realized procrastination wasn't just costing me time, it was costing me self respect. Every delay was me telling myself, I can't trust you. That's why this matters so much. It's not just about getting things done, it's about becoming someone who you trust. Here is your challenge right now. Choose one thing you've been avoiding. Make the first step tiny. Do it for just 2 minutes. Then leave a comment saying, I voted for my new identity. Remember, procrastination isn't a habit you break, it's an identity you outgrow. And the moment you decide you're a starter, every action you take is a vote for the future you want. And if you want to take this even further and rewire your brain so action becomes automatic, watch this next video. It's the exact blueprint I wish I had years ago.